does just never end for you at this stage.
I guess, but I mean, this team's heading in the right direction. We're doing everything we wanted to do coming into the season, so everybody's just trying to continue the success.
What have you noticed from Auburn's defense so far in film study?
They're a good defense. I mean, they played in some big-time games. They're a big-time team, and I think they'll be the best defense and best team we've played so far.
What do you remember about that Auburn game from last year?
I mean, I remember we had the game in our hands, and then we had some success, and then, I mean, they started heating us up there at the end and kind of slowed us down, and we had the game, and then they won it there a little bit at the end.
How is their defense any different from last year? You see different schemes, or they're just better? What is the personnel?
I mean, they're better, but I mean, their scheme hasn't changed much. I mean, Coach Johnson's a guy that's been around, and I don't think he's going to change much year to year. I mean, he hasn't changed in his whole career, but I think they've been going a little bit more man this year, and I expect that against us.
You always talk about that trust level you have with your receivers, but it seemed like this year it's kind of on a different level. You know, example, that pass to Fred on Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, just that goes back to the off season. Just all the time we spent in. I mean, going back to the spring all the way to the summer, just hours out there, just us. I mean, no coaches, and just me and the receivers, and a few balls, and just going through all of our routes. And then some guys would stay after the time I asked them to. Hey, man, can you get a little bit more routes? And that just goes back to there. I mean, when you do that, the trust, it just comes to, I mean, when you're out there on Saturday, it's easy to do.
I know you don't want to talk about this personally, but do you take a lot of pride in the fact that the Heisman talk about you as bringing so much positive publicity to your school?
I mean, I'm happy that it brings it to my school, but no, not me personally. I mean, I don't really pay attention, don't care about that. As long as this team's winning, I'm happy with that. And I mean, if that's out there, then that's out there.
Bear said that Coach Mullen didn't have to tell this team to stay focused and to quit worrying about all the hype outside. He said y'all had enough leaders on the team to take care of that. Is that kind of how you saw it?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, we know what has to be done, and we know all that's going to be there. And as long as we continue success, I mean, hey, we lose a game, it's gone. So that's just part of being successful. I mean, we want to continue to be that, and if that's what it takes, and if that's what's going to happen, then we'll just have to deal with it. But we have to just continue to be focused, worry about the opponent at hand.
And against all kind of defenses y'all seen this year, just looking at it, the balance between the stats, rushing and passing, it's almost 50-50.
Yeah, I mean, we just Coach Mullen does a great job with the game plans and the play calling, and all the coaches, honestly. And then so when we get out there, I mean, it's kind of hard to be wrong, I think, in his offense. So I mean, we kind of have the run and the pass available at all times. So I mean, we're trying to just be balanced and keep the defense on their toes so they don't know what to expect.
How has Coach Johnson made you a better quarterback?
Definitely. I mean, just everything, really. I mean, just the focus and just the demeanor he brings to the meeting room, and just him as a person raises my level as a quarterback, and worked really hard with me on my feet and keeping my feet underneath me. And I mean, before every game, he just tells me set my feet, and that's about all he tells me, honestly. And then I mean, so just that little detail, just being focused and knowing I have to set my feet, get them underneath me, and make throws. And I think that was the most important part that I've gotten better at this season than last year.
The relationship you and he have, I mean, he's still relatively new to the system, yet he's walked in, and you and he and Coach Mullen have got a great working relationship going during games.
Yeah, I mean, we all have the same common goal. I mean, we all want to win, we all want to get better, and each and every day, I mean, those guys are already successful, but I mean, you can't tell them that, and they want to get better, and it's the same way with me, and so we all have that in common. We're just trying to work together.